Welcome back in this morning to our Monday morning edition of Morning Moments with Jesus, our devotion time here. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you had a great weekend. As we get ready for this morning's devotion, I am putting the finishing touches on my latest book, and it's called Learning to Fly, and it's a compilation of stories that I have been writing over the years. Some of them are more than 20 years old that I'm putting into this book, and it's just a reflection on my walk with the Lord, my journey through life, the things that I've learned from other people, from other situations. And I just, as I'm putting the finishing touches on it, the last story in the book is called The Boy Inside of Me. And it was kind of inspired by our grandson, Marshall, as I was outside playing with him one day. And I just come to a realization that, I'd just like to share with you this morning the story, the last story of my book coming out, Learning to Fly, and it's called The Boy Inside of Me. And it goes something like this. There's a boy in me that I never, ever want to lose. He's the dreamer and the wanderer, the one who gazes up into the sky and wonders what it would feel like to trade places with a red-tailed hawk soaring above the trees. He's the little boy who once lay on his back in the tall grass, watching the clouds as they drift by, shaping them into castles and giants that roam the earth. He's the little boy that saw adventure in every fallen branch, who believed that the wind carried secrets, and who was certain that beyond the horizon lay a life grander than anything that he had ever known. And I come to realize that that boy still lives in me. He always has. But see, life has a way of making us forget that. I remember the first time I saw a red-tailed hawk circling overhead. I must have been about 8 or 9 years old, and I was standing in my backyard with the crisp autumn air and the sunlight on my face, the golden leaves as they rustled in the trees, and I watched, mesmerized, as the hawk glided effortlessly across the sky. He had no boundaries, no hesitation, just pure, unhindered freedom. And that day, something inside of me longed to be up there where he was, to feel the world stretched out beneath my wings. I didn't just want to fly. I wanted to see life from that height, from a place where everything made sense. I wanted to feel weightless, unburdened by the worries of the world, detached from the expectations that already seemed to be pressing in on me at even a young age. So I would climb trees, jump from the highest spots I could find, hoping, just hoping, that even for a moment I could experience what it was like to fly. Of course, gravity had other plans, so I didn't quite make it, but the boy in me never stopped trying and never stopped dreaming. But as I grew older, the world around me started to change, or maybe I started to change first. There was school, there was responsibilities, and the slow march of time pulled me further from the boy that once believed that all things were possible. The weight of expectations replaced the lightness of my dreams. There were books to study, tasks to complete, and a future to plan. The boy who had once seen magic in the ordinary things of life now had deadlines to meet and obligations to fulfill. And somewhere along the way, I seemed to have let go of the branches I used to climb, forgetting the feeling of grass beneath my bare feet, and stopped lying on my back to watch the clouds. The world told me to be practical, to focus on what was ahead rather than what was beyond. And little by little, the boy in me faded into the background. His small voice became a whisper rather than a song. But every now and then, something stirs inside of me. Maybe it's a gust of wind carrying the scent of rain. Maybe it's the distant cry of a hawk overhead, or the way the golden leaves catch the sunlight in the late afternoon. And I remember that little boy. I think we all reach a point in life where we realize what we've lost. We wake up one morning and we feel the weight of it. the absence of wonder and the dullness that comes when we stop dreaming. We tell ourselves we're being mature, we're being responsible, but deep down we know better. We know that somewhere along the way, we seem to have let go of something very, very precious. And for me, that realization came one sunny afternoon. I was watching my 3-year-old grandson playing in the yard. And suddenly I found myself lying on my back looking up at the sky as he ran circles around my head. Then suddenly, the boy in me stirred. Seems like he wasn't gone at all. He'd just been waiting. And for the first time in a long time, I saw the sky full of wonder again. So I made a promise to myself that day. I would not lose that little boy inside of me. I would not let go and let the world take what was once so natural to me. Now, keeping that promise will not be easy. Life doesn't slow down just because we want it to. There's still responsibilities, still deadlines, still moments that try to pull us back into the rhythm of the world that demands more from us than it ever gives us. But I have learned that holding on to the boy inside of me isn't about rejecting reality. It's about finding the beauty and joy in the midst of reality. So now, I will make time to wander. I will take roads just to see where they lead. I may even walk barefoot in the grass and let the wind mess up my hair without worrying about looking so proper. I will stop to watch the clouds and I will dream. Not just about what's possible, but also the impossible. Because that's what the boy inside of me does. And sometimes, I even see a red-tailed hawk overhead, and for a moment, just for a moment, I feel like I'm flying again. I think we all have that childlike hope inside of us. The one who once believed, once dreamed, once saw the world as a place of endless adventure. I think we all at some point forget those moments. Life does that. It fills our minds with so much weight that we forget how to reach for the sky. But the truth is that child is still there, still waiting. It's in the way our heart leaps when we hear a song that reminds us of our childhood. It's in the way we feel when we close our eyes and remember what it was like to run without care, and the way our soul stirs when we see something breathtaking, and for a moment, we forget the problems of life. We don't have to lose that. We don't have to let go of that. We can choose to keep them alive and let them guide us, to remind us that life is more than just what we can see. It's also what we can imagine. So here I am, still dreaming, still looking up at the sky, still wondering what it would feel like to trade places with a hawk and see the world through golden leaves, to fly high and to fly free. And my prayer this morning, and my prayer for you, is that as long as I'm alive, I will never let go of the boy inside of me. Today you be safe, you be strong, and you be blessed. And you have a great and wonderful day.